Welcome, everyone. We are back after 2 or 3 days, 4 days hiatus. I don't know how many days. I keep on forgetting because there are a lot of sports that I have to follow and I have to keep coming on almost every day on my YouTube channel with these
Yes,
my
indeed.
stupid friends, so-called stupid friends. Sorry, they are not stupid. They are good. Actually, they are good,
Hey,
and I'm nothing
man.
without them. My page is nothing without them. Anyway, today we are having a very, intense discussion. We're going to have a very intense discussion. First, on the power rankings, that's going to be for the NBA teams for the whole season. Not the whole season, the games that have been played till today. And a very cryptic message posted by LeBron James. What the hell is happening at my favorite team? Los Angeles Lakers. Delvin and
Yeah,
Aniket. थोड़ा रो दो
The
थोड़ा हंस
king.
दो जिसको जो करना है कर दो आई डोंट गिव अ
the
फक
king
I
is
mean,
posting
it's.
subliminal messages on X, which we are trying to decipher here. So
Le,
we have an Ouija board prepared right now. We're gonna get that board
le,
working to see what exactly the
le.
king wants to say in this X
LeGone.
post.
This is.
LeGone.
This is. Let's sneak this. Let's sneak this.
Yeah, the passive aggressive coming out in full swing after the loss against
LeBron's.
Atlanta.
He's pulling out bombastic side eyes and then he's sneak dissing on Twitter. What's going on?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't understand this shit. I don't understand this shit. Please help me out.
I
Yeah.
mean, to be really honest, let's just begin with the
Yes.
LeBron thing. I think at
Yes,
this
sir.
point it's right out there for everyone's because let's be honest, Lakers have not been in the best of form ever since they won the in-season tournament. I think it might have to do a little bit with complacency, but then it's almost been a month and a half since y'all won it, so complacency doesn't cut it anymore. Is it? Is it the fact that the squad is just incompetent, or is the fact that LeBron and AD especially, who's playing some of the best basketball in his time as a Laker ever since that first season,
Yeah.
he's been playing some of his best basketball. Do you is it just not enough to carry this bunch? Like, what is going on here? I want to know from you because there are a lot of struggles, and we'll come to each and every bit of it. Let's with
Yeah.
how much of a role does a coach have to play? But are these players actually that shite that the way they're playing, or is it something much more than just players being shite at this point? Because this is a real concern at this point. You all have what, a .500 record. You all have almost been at that stage of the season every single game. Like, you all have either been .500 or you have been just thereabouts. You have not gone above .500 throughout the course of this season. And with games coming in thick and fast, what exactly is the situation at the Lakers around? What is going on?
Aniket, I'll request you to take the lead because then I just have a 1 minute rant prepared for later, so you can just take the lead on it.
You came all prepared. Okay, I'll give you that 1 minute
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
So Delvin, coming to your different question that you asked. Okay, so let's start with the roster first. So at the start of the season, what did the Laker fans want? We wanted continuity because with all the trade rumors that went on last season with Russell Westbrook, and then actually making a trade, getting in D'Angelo Russell, Vanderbilt, Beasley, and so on. So going into this season, we wanted continuity, which is what we got. We brought in a few notable role players like Gabe Vincent, Torian Prince, and so on. And these guys were to be assigned specific roles that they were going to be doing throughout the season. But what has happened with the different injuries and coaches' preferences is that these players are, like example Torian Prince. They are being, firstly, they're starting the games and they're playing a lot of minutes, like 30 to 35 minutes every game, which is beyond their capabilities. For example, Torian Prince is a 20-minute bench guy who should just come in, shoot some threes, play some defense, and that's his role. But instead, because of a player like Jared Vanderbilt's injury and also Darwin Ham's preference to still keep him in the starting lineup despite of all the mistakes he's done. He's starting games, he's closing games as well, and he's playing 35 minutes a game, which is completely wrong at this point of the season where they're losing. So definitely the coach and the roster, I would say the roster connectivity is completely way off because guys are being played a lot of minutes, and they are being tested to their true capability when ideally they should be playing off the bench. So that is a problem. Secondly, you have a lot of role players who are very inconsistent. For example, D'Angelo Russell, he did not start the season well. He's come off late, he's come off good in the last 6 or 7 games, but when you just get 6 or 7 games of good, good scoring and assist and playmaking, compared to 25 games of actually, being shite, it's a problem, right? Especially from your lead point guard, where at some time of the season he was also benched. So that's another problem. So you can't have that from a lead point guard in your team. And lastly, I would say the superstars have played, most of the games this season. LeBron and AD have, they have been there or thereabouts. I think 90% of the games this season. But for some reason, still they are, they're having a losing record at this point. They're below 500 right now. So I would say, they are there, but the problem with we are having now is the role players. Role players have lost confidence because they're losing games as well. So up and growing players like Austin Reeves, who should be, performing above their expectation that they are doing right now, they are not doing so. I mean, they are lacking confidence because their star players as well, are playing, but they're not, showing up game in and game out in terms of the performances as well. Obviously, you can't expect that from LeBron at 39 years old, but what's happening is the defense is, not showing up in the last, week or so, and then you've got inconsistent performances as well. So, I would say a lot of problems with this team right now, and the trade deadline coming up, they have to make some changes, just to increase the spirit in that team at this point.
Like Vijay just asked that how is
Yeah.
Ham still there? We also can't
I think
give any answer
this
to this
is
question.
no better segue than Harry for you to get in and just get stuck in, because
Mm.
I say to God, bro, I think gods have answered this for you. You wanted how you must be thinking how to approach this rant, and here's your question. Just go for it.
Okay. Vijay, first of all, I give a nickname to our coach, Mr. Hands in the Pockets, the expressionless guy, the guy who
Yeah.
doesn't know how to show tactics, the guy who, whenever tries to run a play, LeBron or AD is disinterested or shocked, like, how can this guy just show that up? And like Aniket said, we had a few injuries towards the start of the season, right? We had to play some of the guys more minutes who actually were signed to play less minutes. But somehow, Torin Prince and Cam Reddish did a very good defensive work than the other guys. They were preferred by Darwin Ham. But he needs to understand these are the guys, like Aniket said, are only good for like 18 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
Come and shoot in some threes, give some, help, just like Christian Wood used to give to Dallas Mavericks. And that's why he was signed by the Lakers, to help AD, because he had a
Yeah.
really good season in Dallas. I don't know why Dallas didn't re sign him, but he had a pretty good season with the Dallas Mavericks. And even in today's game against the Hawks, I was shocked. Jackson A started over Christian
Yeah.
Wood.
And then
Why?
Christian Wood's exposed LOL also.
And even if he's starting Jackson Hayes and Taurine Prince, in no way a coach or even a novice NBA player who has started watching this game this season would know that Taurine Prince and Jackson Hayes cannot play more than 20 minutes, are not your players to go to towards the end of the game or the fourth quarter. You have to restrict them. Rui Hachimura is not being used
Yeah.
properly. Jared Vanderbilt has actually got a good run for the past 6 games, or else before that, Jared was also not being used, even though he has been playing for quite a long time, coming after from the injury. I just can understand one thing from this cryptic message that LeBron James posted. Darwin Ham has to go. And with him, I want D'Angelo Russell to go. We cannot play with him. He is shit inconsistent. I am also, in agreement that even if if we get a good star, I'm ready to let loose Austin Reeves, because he too has been inconsistent this season. Though his numbers have increased, but not on the consistent basis. A game he would have 26 points, and the next game he's gonna go with 10 points with no assists and no rebounds. So and his defense has been really shy. And opposition is all point guards are
Yeah.
actually targeting, you know, Austin Reeves as their main player to go for a layup or something, because he would not defend well. And I am also shocked that we started really well in the season. On the defensive side of things, AD was there, LeBron was doing things, even Austin was doing things, Cam Reddish was doing things, Tornin was doing things. But right now we have a really shit defense, because we are giving away like what 130 odd points for the past 3 or 4 games. So this team is just having the
Yeah.
worst nightmare right now, because from here on, you have like how much? 36 games left. You need to
Yeah.
win at least 20 or 25 to be in that playing spot, because West is so clustered that even one loss, one game that you lose is going to cost you the season. And we are actually wasting another golden year of LeBron James.
You want to put up
Uh,
that picture, Harry, of LeBron looking at Darwin Ham?
yeah. I'll put it out. I'll put it out because I'll have to bring it up for a second.
Yeah.
Till then,
Again,
I
yeah,
just have one question. I have one question for actually Delvin.
Hmm.
Though he's not a Lakers fan, AD's numbers have increased, but again on an very inconsistent basis, because in a game he would score 30 points and the next game he's with what, 10. He's good
correct.
on the rebound, on the defensive side, but he has not been good on the offensive side. If by chance LeBron leaves Lakers in the next season, do you think Anthony Davis alone will be able to take this franchise ahead? I just want you to
You want
answer.
to you want the short answer or the long answer? Both are going to be the same. The answer is no. Uh, See, the biggest must have that any franchise is looking for to make sure that this is your franchise cornerstone has to be player health first. Player availability always is a very, very crucial factor when it comes to choosing your franchise cornerstone. And Anthony Davis is just not reliable when it comes to health. I think
This season
he's
he
been
has been, but yeah.
this season. This season,
Yeah.
he has been healthy, but then you can count it as an exception rather than the norm. That has been the case for Anthony Davis throughout the course of this season. So I don't think Anthony Davis is the solution. I don't think LeBron also is the solution, which brings me to my next question. Do you believe that the emoji that LeBron posted on Twitter, does that mean that the Kings' time in Lakers is up? It
Might
could
be.
be
I
that there is another way of looking at it though, that LeBron thinks that he's still having what 25-7-7 a stat line. That's his stat
Yeah.
line at this season. That is,
Right.
and he's playing at an elite level at age 39 as well. The
Hmm.
team around him is just not it. Like you said, they've been plagued by bouts of inconsistency, head coach incompetency. You name whatever problem, and that is what Lakers are suffering at this point in time. So my
Yeah.
question is: do you think LeBron is it a very realistic scenario that you see LeBron James bouncing from the Lakers, or what exactly do you where exactly do both of you stand when it comes to that side of the coin?
Harry, you want me to take it?
Yeah, you take it.
Okay, so firstly, let's come to the picture. I mean, this is like the death stare, right? So, which LeBron gave to Kyrie and D Wade once upon a time as well.
Talk about
So,
bombastic side eye.
so this could be one of the possible, possible reasons for the sand clock emoji, wherein it could be kind of three possibilities, right? Either LeBron wants out of LA, either LeBron wants a change in LA in terms of new players coming in, or he wants the coach to be gone. So I mean, maybe it's either of these possibilities, or we're just overreading too much, and it could be like a new commercial for him that he's lining up soon. But let's take into the reality that of basketball, that in terms of the near, I would say short term future that the Lakers have after this season. So say Lakers, somehow make the playoffs and get bounced in the first or second round. So what does that mean for the what does that mean for the future? So I think we discussed offline that LeBron has a player option, for the next season. I think that's about 50 million. So that's a lot of money. So in case he declines that option, he would expect a team to pay him more than that and more number of years, or maybe he comes to a conclusion that he's ready to take a lower wage and win a championship with another team. So it's very hard to gauge that at the moment, because the Lakers are still playing in this season, and who knows what will happen, because they had a very tremendous run after the trade deadline last season, and they are obviously banking on kind of a similar trajectory this in this season as well. So my gut feeling says that being with his family, being in LA with with his kids studying in LA, and as well as his son playing with USC,
Business and his
he
business as well.
business wise as well as career wise, in terms of not moving houses and shit, I think he's going to stick with LA till his contract runs out. Maybe he picks up the player option and then decides the following season as to what he needs to do with his son
Right.
coming into the NBA the following season. So he will, in my opinion, he will stay in LA unless things get really, really south from this point, wherein they go like 10 games under 500, and it's like things reach a point where it's unfixable. So yeah, I mean, Harry, if you want, if you want, you can give your take on this.
No, see, thing is, we have won like what, just one championship with LeBron. We could
Yeah.
have got two, at least two more rings with
Yeah,
him, at least one more. Let's not go into so much hypothetical situation that being always positive. We could have got one more ring with LeBron.
Yeah.
Rob Pelinka has wasted almost all years of LeBron over here, and he's doing the same this season too. Till now, we haven't been active in the trade market because I still feel we need to get DeJounte Murray, and he would fit in right because we need this guy to get less minutes right now so that as we enter the playoffs, we can
yeah.
get that LeBron playoff mode and we know how he is in playoff. Because if he's gonna, play a lot more right now, that is during the regular season, he's not gonna be full steam in the playoffs. I
Harry,
feel
small
that.
interruption. Guess how
Right.
much he's played in the last 3 games?
44
He's
minutes?
I think
on
he
an
played.
average
He
he's
he's
played
played
42
40
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. So a guy
That
who
includes
was
the double overtime also,
correct.
no? That includes the
right,
double overtime. Yeah.
when the season was about to start, there was always questions, not questions. There were murmurs in the the media houses and all the papers and all that. LeBron will be limited to 30 minutes per game. You know, because they wanted to
Yeah.
load
Right.
manage him. We can't even load manage AD right now. You know what
Yeah.
we are load managing? Which players are we load managing? The players who are actually playing good,
Jared
like Jared
Vanderbilt,
Vanderbilt, Rui
Rui
Hachimura,
Hachimura.
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood
Man,
is getting
that
good now for
guy
some
is
reason. Yeah.
only what playing
Where
11
is
minutes a
Christian Wood?
game.
I've barely
He's
seen him play.
having he's having 10 or 11 points with 10 or 11 boards. I mean, if he's doing this shit in 11 minutes, he can really be a force and can be that big guy
De-
to end the match with.
Definitely
You know
can play more for sure.
exactly. He deserves it. He deserves. I don't know what Ham is thinking, and I really feel he has lost. He has lost the dressing room. It seems pretty obvious. And this brings to our next question. That not my question. It's actually Vijay's question. Who is available in the market?
And this
Yeah.
involves this includes players as well. Okay. I mean,
Right.
coaching obviously. Who, according to y'all, would be the perfect head coach candidate? Which I barely see any. To from my perspective, I'm talking from my perspective. I don't see any good replacements available in the coaching market at least. But what are the what can Rob Pelinka do from a personnel standpoint where he can streamline some of those players out and then get in at least some players which makes the team more competitive.
Yeah.
What do y'all think in that regard?
So I think the easiest path for the Lakers is to obviously trade a player rather than fire a coach mid-season. Because at this point, it's very difficult to see who are the options out there. Like you have Phil Handy, but he's never coached a team. You have Mike Budenholzer, but he's been out for a while. And then I mean, obviously the current coaches who are there, like Eric Spoelstra and Steve Kerr and all
Very
these guys,
smart.
they won't be leaving because in Spoelstra's case, he just signed a contract.
Suppose,
Steve Kerr is
yeah,
still
exactly.
coaching, so you won't find a good coach at this point, unfortunately. So it's either go with somebody like a Mike Budenholzer, who's also kind of Darwin has probably learned the tricks and trades from him. So why do you want to go after the guy who might do the same things again, right? So I think in terms of the coaching, the Lakers are going to
How,
stay pat, and
how
that's what they've not publicly said, but that's what come through all the media outlets in terms of them not firing Ham and trusting him at least till this season. And then if
I
you come
I
to yeah,
I don't
yeah,
I
Harry,
don't mind having Terry Stotts as an assistant coach or as interim coach for some time,
yeah, I
or
don't
even
mind that
Mark
also.
Jackson. Even Mark Jackson. He's
NBA
also
is no
available.
place. NBA is no place for interim coaches, though. It doesn't.
See,
NBA
see,
throughout the course
Delvin,
of, as far as
as
I've watched NBA,
right,
I've not exactly found someone who's been interim coach except Nate McMillan for some time when he was part of
right,
the Hawks.
Atlanta.
right.
That is the only time when I seen that an interim coach had quite a long spell. apart from that, I don't see. Dude, I can't believe we lost to this Lakers side. Like genuinely, at this point, if I see, I'm pissed that we lost to y'all.
That's what I'm saying,
Like
right?
that's
Lakers can beat
yeah.
anyone, they can
Del-
lose to anyone, unfortunately.
Delvin, on our day, we are going to be the best team in the NBA, and on the same day,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
that's
going to
what
be
I've
the
seen.
shittiest.
That's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
even we might even lose to Pistons.
Bro, Wingstop will give 2 plates free then. Two
Yeah,
portions free per
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Zion will
If the
fly
beat.
from like the southernmost point of South America to get those.
You know, so actually, like Delvin said that till now no one has actually been an interim coach in NBA. But at this point of time, we just need a coach who would steady the ship till the end of the season,
Correct.
help us get to
Correct.
the playoff, and try to win either the Western
At
Conference
least a
because
series. At least a
yeah,
series.
yeah,
At
Not
least getting
Western
the
Conference.
playoffs. I mean,
That's a little too
that's a big
much.
question
Yeah.
mark right
At
now.
least at least get a playoffs and at least win a series. So it doesn't feel like an abject failure because I think
Yeah.
when we spoke about the Laker roster in the start of the season, you're both as Laker fans were waxing lyrical about the superb job that Pelinka had done
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
by
Like
getting those pieces. Yeah.
who
I
knew
mean,
who
the
see.
pieces were there.
Yeah,
The
it
pieces
was good.
were they rounded up the roster with good role players, but the problem has been that these role players have been used more than they should be used in
Exactly.
terms of number
Precisely.
of
Yep.
minutes.
We the team that had that playoff run last year comprised of whom?
Correct.
Everybody knows that. It was
Yeah.
LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, Rui, Vanderbilt, Russell. These are the six players who was the main part. Now you have added Christian Wood, who is a very good role player. He can actually go up to 25 to 26 minutes per game, but he's only getting 17 or 18 minutes. You have added Gabe Vincent, he's injured,
Unfortunately,
Barely played this
unfortunate.
season. He's barely
Exactly.
played this season.
Now
that
you have
yeah,
Cam Reddish who also had a start stop,
he's
season with the
Dorian
yeah.
Lakers,
Prince.
and then you have Torian Prince. I mean, when he has a good mood, he would go in with 3 or 4 3 pointers, and then he'll miss the next four when it's
And I have
really
a couple of
necessary.
rookies as well, right? You'll have a couple of
Yeah,
rookies
Max
who are playing
Christie,
Maxi,
too.
he has not been
Yeah.
given time. I mean, what the hell is Darwin Ham doing? I don't get it. Just because Torian Prince is more experienced than Max Christie doesn't guarantee that Torian Prince is going to do the same thing that
There's
Max Christie does.
there's a reason why Torian Prince is a journeyman in the NBA. There's a reason. And I think
I would.
the less we speak about it, the better because he's played for Cavs as well. So I can speak from personal experience. So,
How about we do a
fuck.
trade for Max Truss and you guys take back Torian Prince?
Right?
How about a fuck no? How
Please
about a
do. Please
fuck
do.
no?
Please do.
I'll give you
At
Oh
I'll give you
god.
Jalen Shafino as well.
at this point of time, I'm willing to take Obi Toppin for Torian Prince. I'm
Oh
Bro,
yeah,
happily
that's too
willing to take
no,
it.
no,
at least you
no,
do a
no.
nice
That's
dunk.
so what's the point? There's so many
See,
dunkers,
at
bro.
least at least I'll have a person who would dunk and not miss 3 pointer. Open 3 pointers, man. Torian
Bro,
Prince
Obi
misses
Toppin
open
can't
3 pointers.
shoot. Obi Toppin can't
He
shoot.
can dunk. He can dunk. We are number one in free
He's
throws, bro. We are number one free throw
yeah, yeah.
shooting team. Attempted attempts.
Not
The
free
number of
throw
attempts.
attempted.
I had to
But yeah,
clarify that.
I think we should last part on the Lakers. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the next week because trade deadline is coming
It's
up
not,
and we'll
it's
Or
obviously
not
be
what
looking
doing
good,
an
happens,
Brev.
or
It's not
what
looking good,
happens
Brev.
towards the end of the season.
yeah. So
Is
we obviously
LeBron
going to be doing
going
an
or
episode
not?
on the trade deadline. So if anyone is
Yeah,
watching, we'll
definitely,
be
definitely.
we'll be
Okay.
summarizing the trades and all that. So let's see how many trades do the Lakers make, or if they don't make any trades and the
Or
series
if the
continues.
NBA as a whole make a lot of trades on
Yeah,
deadline day, because normally deadline day is a pretty busy space. But I've not seen a lot of indication from a lot of teams trying to make trades at this point in time, which is a surprise. However, there's still some time left for the
yeah,
trade deadline to happen.
Delvin, if you both, remember what I had said at the start of the season. This season going to be very evenly matched for every team. So everyone is
Yeah,
satisfied with their team roster. There are a few trades that happened, but there was one that was from a shit team to shit team, so it didn't matter
from
at
trash
all.
from trash to garbage.
So it doesn't matter right now. Okay, enough on the Lakers stint.
Yeah, yep.
Let's move on to our main topic.
The power
NBA team power
rankings.
rankings. And guys, those who are watching, you can also, just keep on commenting that which is the most worst team in the
or the
NBA
best
right
team,
now.
whatever's
Right,
good,
right
whatever that.
now, whom do you think deserves the 30th position?
And
Come
why
on,
is it? And why is it the Detroit Pistons?
and not the Lakers.
I mean, we all can unanimously agree at this point that number 30 obviously goes to the Detroit Pistons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They expected big things when they signed Monty Williams to the contract that excuse me, they did, and they have quite a few young players also who are good. The likes of Jaden Ivey, then
Kate
Marvin
Cunningham.
Bagley, Kate Cunningham, Marvin Bagley, who started with them. Then they bought in Osar Thompson from the draft. There were some good players, and I think Osar's still producing at a good level. But then it's just been so atrocious. It's been
Yeah.
bad. Like it's been really really
Can
bad. You
we
know,
can we trade Darwin Ham for Monty Williams?
we are
That's
gonna
like
have to pay
trash
that
versus
much money
Darwin.
also. But that's
We are,
they'll pay
we
that
are
much
ready to
money
pay.
too.
We are ready to pay. We just don't need this Hamas guy, man. Mr. Hands in the pocket.
Bro, that's controversial. That
Yeah.
term is controversial.
Though
Wait,
that's. I mean, you
there's a
can.
reason why. There's a reason why I didn't say it out loud.
It's fine, bro.
For
And
once, my intrusive thoughts did not win. So
it's
it's a
fine.
reason for that.
If it gets me more reviews, it's fine. Anything for views.
You get your views from the FBI. That's what you get.
I think we should just call him Ham Bugler at this point because he's robbing the Lakers. So yeah.
Man. Anyway, okay.
Anyway,
29th,
yeah.
Washington Wizards.
I I mean it's close between them and the Spurs, but then I think
Yeah.
I'll give Washington 29th only because of the preseason hype that they generated, and it's just become so damp at this point. When they got in Jordan Poole, it felt like this is like a breath of fresh air from f- by getting into eccentrics in the sense that you have Kuzma and then you have Jordan Poole. Both of them have won rings with the previous franchise that they've played with, and then you expected Poole to have a fresh start, and there were a lot of NBA players in themselves who spoke about him in a very good way, and they expected him to continue in the same way that he did in the Warriors, but it's just not happened. Poole, instead of taking that next level that was expected of him, he's been having a historic season for all the wrong reasons. Dude is worst in all possible Dude is just he's just chilling at the bottom of all all the important metrics, whatever it be. And it also doesn't help that Washington doesn't have any baddies on court side, so you don't get performances out of him as well. So I don't know, man.
But he's
There was a
gonna
lot
get,
of promise.
Poole is gonna get one championship. That's gonna be Shaq a full championship. He's gonna be that winner.
There's a
For
lot
sure.
of competition for that as well.
You could make it to the finals for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about the Hornets? Hornets are 28 or Spurs at 28th position?
I would
Actually,
give it to the Hornets.
I'd give it to the Trailblazers, but then okay, let's go the
Yeah.
Hornets then. Let's go the
I think
Hornets.
I think you can just club all of them into like one kind of a pool, and I mean you can just swap the rankings here and there. because
Yeah, Hornets,
I would
Spurs,
I would probably keep
uh,
Spurs on top of that list because Wemby has been good.
Wemby.
It's been fun
Yeah.
to watch. That team when
Okay.
Wemby plays. So yeah, but if you go to the Hornets, I think what Lamelo has missed quite a lot this season, and I mean Brandon Miller has
Brandon
just
Miller's
kind of
playing well. He's playing well.
he is
Playing well.
The
He's
only
playing
Brandon
well.
Miller has
upside,
just started showing showing his skills at this point. Growing in stature and stuff. So, but they're still not in
Justifying
a place
why
where they will.
he's justifying why he was picked second basically.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so that's a
I
good
think
chip off the shoulder to have if you're
yeah, and
playing ball
Scoot has
that
been.
way.
And if you come to the Blazers, Scoot has been he's been injured half the season, and whenever he's played, he's not looked great. So I would say the Charlotte kind of did a good job.
And also shout out to Dominaton. My guy is just fizzled out. He's just fizzled out after that. He's like this reminds me of this reminds me of the Paul Pogba thing. I want to show Manchester why they didn't give me a contract. This guy, he's just
this
gone.
is
Yeah.
why I got a big contract. Dominating.
Yeah, Well, this is Aiton's just been horrendous. Ever since he spoke out about the dominating shit, he's just been horrendous. He's been atrocious. He's actually bad, man. He's been bad, and I feel is Brogdon still part of that roster, or
Yeah,
has he
yeah.
been traded? I
He's
feel
he's
bad for
gone.
Brogdon. I feel bad for Brogdon. I
Bro,
He
genuinely
might be
do.
traded though.
Brony,
Who knows?
Aniket, what about Brogdon for Torren Prince?
And the salaries don't work. I wish the salaries worked somehow.
I
I would
know
sh-
that. I
I would
know
do it in a
that.
heartbeat. I mean, you can't trade Torian Prince for anyone as well. That's the problem, now. He's just
Yeah,
making 3.5 million.
exactly.
But yeah, but
उतने में
yeah.
तो हम जवेल मग्गी को भी नहीं ला पाएंगे ऐसा है.
And Spurs at 26th makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
They do have good players around, but can they build a competent team around
No.
Wemby? There are talks about Dejounte coming back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk around Dejounte, who seems to be the biggest name that would move potentially in the trade deadline. So there are talks about Dejounte coming back, but then uh, still some work to do for
Still
Spurs
some
on
work.
the roster side of thing. Yeah, if they really
Okay.
want to maximize this Wemby window, they'll have to do something substantial. They have to
And
get
when is
one
Pop
star
gonna
at
keep
least.
coaching till also?
I
Pop
swear,
is
man.
like the years are mounting on him. So let's
We've
see.
been hearing for the past 3 years that this is going to be Pop's last season.
Yeah.
He's still there.
But then they got Wemby, so he had to coach him.
It's just
Pop's doing a
it,
Vince Carter. I have one more left in me.
Pop's last expectation for last season, just like the Laker fans who after everyone think, oh, finally we are back. Now we're gonna win the
And
championship.
and he's not even doing a good job at USA as well. As USA head coach too.
No, he's
Not
not
at
the
all.
coach anymore. No, it's Steve Kerr now.
No,
But
it's
he's
Pop
still
and Steve Kerr
Steve
under.
Kerr.
Pop
There are
was not
many
there for the
coaches.
FIBA this thing, but
Yeah,
they lost. It was
but
Steve Kerr.
it was Pop. It is Pop, and then
But
it's
he's going
Steve
to
Kerr. There
Olympus.
are a host of other coach.
But he's going
Yeah,
to
yeah, Pop is still
I
there.
don't
Olympus.
think he's involved though.
Pop, he is.
Maybe
That's the
in the
reason why.
selection committee or something, but he's not actively coaching the team.
Okay, guys,
Maybe.
guys.
Let's
Well,
yeah.
should the Grizzlies take the 25th spot or the Raptors?
I think Raptors after the trades, because they've got out all the pieces that they've had, and that the team that won the ring is no more. Long live
Yeah.
that team. So they've basically they've ripped off the sheet and they've started anew. So I think Raptors over Grizzlies for 25th would make a lot of sense, in the sense that at this point now it's officially Scotty's team, and this
Yes.
team
Yeah.
will go wherever Scotty takes them.
And Memphis take the 24th spot. Sorry
Yeah.
to Memphis.
No
Ja
Jano
Morant
party.
Injury.
No
Yep.
Jano, no
Too many
Jano
injuries
party.
this season. Too many. I mean,
Exactly.
Starting.
they barely have a roster. They've basically got three exceptions by the NBA granted to them to sign interim players to 10-day contracts because they've been so banged up recently. So
Yeah, started with Steven Adams out right from before a ball was even tipped. Then Ja came, raised hopes with the 9 or 10 games that he played. Grizzlies or what 8-1, 9-1 or something, and then he
Right.
got injured. And then you have so many. Marcus Smart doesn't seem like a fit in
Yeah.
that Grizzlies setup. So there are a lot of structural problems as well, and then obviously the injury problems as well. Desmond Bain not shooting well, Taylor Jenkins not using his players. A similar Darwin Ham esque situation where Taylor Jenkins has not used his roster properly, has
Right.
given minutes to players who least expect. So there have been problems on the structural front as well as far as Grizzlies are concerned. So yeah.
Nets take the 23rd rank then.
Yeah, let me just see which are the teams in play for that.
I think Nets. Yeah, I mean they're also a team who's going like kind of nowhere at this point. They don't have any superstars, but they have very good role players. So they're kind of in the middle where if they need that one star player in that team to change that franchise around. Because
Cam
they have very
Thomas,
good
the
role
only
players like.
upside, to be honest.
They have
Cam
Mikael
Thomas-
Bridges and Dorian Finney-Smith, and they have like Ben Simmons.
Cam
I don't know if you
Thomas.
consider him an NBA player or not, but
Cam
Spencer
Thomas,
Dinwiddie,
man.
Cam Thomas. Yeah, they've got
The
so many
biggest
good role
upside.
players.
The biggest upside of their roster is Cam
So-
Thomas.
Yeah, they can make probably a play-in, but like they're like nowhere. They're like middle of the pack. So yeah.
Okay.
I give
who's gonna
Warriors
take-
22nd. Warriors
not the Hawks.
22nd.
Not the Hawks.
It's a toss up. It's a toss up. You can put anyone. I think let's do Hawks. Let's do Hawks. Yeah, because when you have questions over your star point guard, that's Trey Young.
Exactly.
Yeah, things aren't looking good. Things
No.
aren't looking good.
No. And the rumors are actually becoming really, loud that in summer he's gonna leave the Atlanta Hawks.
Do you mean he's going to be traded, not leave?
Might
Yeah.
happen. It's one and the same thing. Yeah. Not
I
as a
mean,
free agent, of course, not as a free agent.
Who wants
but-
Trey Young? I mean, there'll be a lot of teams obviously wanting Trey Young, but the price is going to be steep. Atlanta would want a lot for Trey Young, so who knows what's going to happen?
See, there's the question: who actually wants Trae Young? In this edition of the NBA, where positionless basketball is key, you don't
Yeah.
have out and out point guards, and every team is pretty much well set with their point guards. Let's take a look at the teams in the East only. You have the Cavs set with Garland and Mitchell. Then you have Knicks with Jalen Brunson.
Right.
That's done. Boston have their set of point guards who are doing the work for them. Then you have Indy with Tyrese. They are not going to
And they
deviate
also
away
have-
from that.
They also have Pascal now. Pascal adds a good, help
He's
to
not a
carry.
guard though. No, he's not a guard though. I'm
Sometimes-
talking about the
sometimes he
guards.
does that. Sometimes he does.
I'm talking about guards. Yeah. Then who else?
Milwaukee
Philly have
Dame.
Maxey,
Right.
Dame. Yeah. So,
West is an
No
option.
team-
Maybe the Lakers look at him.
but then do you all have the wherewithal to actually land it in the
I
sense
mean, we have
salary
three-
adjustments?
We'll trade a
picks?
pick.
We'll trade him with, LeBron James. We'll give it
No, we're not giving up LeBron.
You
for
really
this,
think
no.
LeBron goes to Atlanta? Fuck no, dude.
No way. LeBron ain't going to no Atlanta and all that and retiring, man. So, yeah.
I know that. I'm just, shitting around just like my Lakers team. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one. The 20th
Who's
rank.
20th is.
What did we do the
Bulls?
Bulls, yes.
Yeah,
Bulls,
we did
Bulls.
the Warriors.
Warriors
are
21st. 21st.
Okay.
Yeah,
No need to
simple.
discuss.
I mean,
they have been a shit
yeah.
team. Without Draymond, they are actually good. With
I'm enjoying-
Draymond, they are shite for all the wrong
I'm,
reasons.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying their downfall. It's poetry.
Right.
Yeah,
I love
Warriors
it.
fans are like so annoying, man.
I love it, and I think I deserve it.
So, okay, the Chicago might take up the 20th position.
Chicago is 20. Yeah, Chicago is 20.
Chicago is all similar to Brooklyn, right? There's no stars there. I mean,
Debo's
Yeah.
there. Debo's
Lavine
there.
is there, but Lavine is injured at this point, and they might be
Vucevic
looking
is
to trade
there,
him soon.
Vucevic is there.
They're just stagnant. They're just there where they're just ambling around
Yeah.
their own suite. They're just
Yeah.
where they are. They're not
Right.
doing anything to go forward. They're not doing anything to go backward. They're just there. They're just like in their own sweet world.
Let's trade Caruso to the Lakers and make us good again.
That's 20th Harry, not 19th.
Oh, sorry. See, I guess okay, I'll just remove it. Or I guess I might not be able to remove it. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's
I
20th,
won't.
by the way.
Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
And who do you
20th.
put 19th? Is it the Heat or
Heat.
I would say the Lakers
No.
are like 19 for
No.
Heat or the Lakers? These are the two
me.
spots.
Heat are better than the Lakers at this point. I would say.
Exactly.
So,
They are just having a bad run. Lakers are actually performing.
I
bad.
can confidently say Miami might make the Eastern Conference Finals. Then I can say that Lakers will make the playoffs at this
True
point.
point.
Yeah.
True point.
So,
Very
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Point to be considered. Lakers should take up the 19th spot.
And Heat gets 18th then.
No, we have Jazz, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to keep I mean probably the Jazz and then the Heat. So yeah.
Exactly.
So-
We have Magic, bro. Magic is also declining somehow. Losing
Yeah,
games.
Magic have been.
again and again.
Remember we spoke about the Magic being the 1 seed at one point of time in December or something, and now they're like.
Y'all
6 seed or something.
both did, not I. I knew they would lose at some point. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Delvin had said, their run might come to an end. But they would make it to the plains. They might be in the plains.
I think 18th is Utah, by the way.
Yeah. Jazz will be the
Is
18th.
Is Lowry still playing good there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jazz have been good lately.
And guess what? They are still saying Laurie is also up for trade. You can trade him.
Yeah, I mean,
Mark
rumors
him.
have come out.
Yeah.
Strange.
It's like Jazz wants to dismantle
Dude,
the whole team.
Lakers could do with someone like a Markkanen, if I'm
I
being
know,
really
I know.
honest. Could do
But whom are we
something.
gonna
But
give?
yeah, I
AD,
mean, we don't have the assets at this point. That's the problem.
AD there.
You aren't trading
LeBron,
80 for Markkanen, man.
AD for
You ideally want to play
Markkanen?
Markkanen with
Serious?
80.
bro. How
Yeah,
are we gonna
exactly.
give him the salary? Then how are we gonna give him the salary?
What
I
is
mean,
what
you.
is Markkanen? What are Markkanen earning at Jazz though? What is his
25, 26,
contract?
I guess. 25,
Yeah, maybe
26.
Really?
25 million.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
came on a very big contract. He was straight
Damn.
on a big contract.
I was kind of upset that we let him go, but then he
Yeah, I
genuinely
know,
did
right?
not. He genuinely could not fit into it because of the positional problems that we had. But it was
Because
good
of
while we had
Mobley
him,
and
man.
Allen and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. But it was fun
Okay,
when we had him. He was very
But
good.
who, who
He was
his
very, very good.
development has been insane.
Insane, insane.
he's that kind of player who would not make a much of noise, but will keep on doing the work he has been assigned
I
to
Yeah,
do.
agree.
exactly. And I can vouch for his professionalism and the fact that he was very professional with us. No problems, no attitude issues or
Exactly.
anything
No,
like that. Yeah.
accepted that he's gonna be traded and he's gone. It's like that kind of. Magic take the
17th.
17th. Magic take the
Yeah,
17th,
yeah,
and then comes the Heat.
yeah.
No,
Heat 16.
Rockets.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Heat we already
yeah.
discussed, right? Heat was like before. I mean, what? I think did we put Heat up above the Lakers and then we
15th. I
put
think lead. I think we put Heat 15th. Let's put Heat on the 15th because there are no other teams who I think are.
so Houston is
Yeah,
16 and Miami is 15, correct?
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Guess what? Dylan Brooks get two up on LeBron now. One with the game, and now with the power rankings.
I agree.
I mean,
But
he's had a very positive impact on that Houston dress locker
yeah,
room. Let's
Oh
get
yes.
things straight. Let's get things straight for all the shit that he pulls out on the pitch. I've come to accept that that's his way of playing. That's what he does to get into game.
plus
With
he gets extra fired up when he's playing superstars. He's like
Yes.
always
with LeBron in particular,
LeBron in particular, obviously. So yeah.
the masculine urge to big slap LeBron always
Actually,
takes precedence.
the thing is, Udoka actually, helps Dillon channel all this energy more because Udoka has been the same kind of coach, very fiery and feisty.
As a
He's
player
not
as well. As a player as
exactly.
well.
He
As a
doesn't
player
give a
as well.
shit how good a player you are. He's gonna trash talk with you with the referee, and
I
he's
agree.
gonna go on and on and on.
And somehow
Those two combining together is really infectious for a team.
and the fact that he has experience with a similar group of players in Boston. You
Yes.
look at this Houston roster and you look at the Boston roster where he was in charge. He had Marcus Smart, and
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks gives you Marcus Smart energy where
Right.
he's hustling for every possession, he's hustling for every play. Then you have that young core, dude. That young core is one of the best in the league. You have Cam Whitmore, you have Amen Thompson, you
Alperen
have
Sengun.
Amper and what an upturn in performance Shengun's having. Then you have the other Jalen Green,
Fred
uh,
VanVleet.
J- yeah, another veteran. So
Yeah.
that's
They have a
that's
good shot.
that's
Yeah.
actually that's a very competent roster out there. So make of it what you will. I'll give Houston the flowers this year that they've somehow managed to stay relevant
Yeah.
despite despite the upheaval that they've had.
Okay. So who
And
takes
we've
up
already
the
spoken about the Heat.
right?
Yeah.
Anyway, who gets the 14th? Pelicans.
The Laz. The Laz.
More or same. Dallas and Pelicans are more or same.
Yeah, I would
I
say.
think Pelicans because of the Zion uncertainty.
Mm.
Right.
But Dallas has been pretty banged up as well this season. And
People
nevertheless,
are
they've been
finally
doing very well.
people are finally questioning why did they land Kyrie. They were doing good with Jalen
It
Brunson.
had to
I
rise at
mean,
some point. It had to rise at some point because they
imagine if
all
they
knew
kept
what.
Brunson and also got Kyrie. Now that would have been a trio. Kyrie, Brunson, and
Exactly. They would have got a
Luka.
championship team, to be honest.
But
They
again, there'll be defensive concerns with Kyrie and Brunson in the backcourt. But yeah, that's a hypothetical situation.
right.
Yeah,
Pacers
Brunson's
take up the next one or the
no
Suns.
sack.
Why Sack, bro? Sack are doing good.
No,
I mean, yeah.
check No, check the record.
27-18.
Look at the
They
last
are
few
on a
games.
4-game winning streak. What do you want from Sacramento, bro? They are also a team
Nah,
that
man.
doesn't make a lot of noise and they just keep on doing the shit they are supposed to
Yeah,
do.
I
The
I,
silent
I think.
killers in the NBA. That
I
team
mean,
deserves to be in top 10, to be honest.
Sacramento's going to be there, man. They're going to be a good team this season. I mean,
Yeah.
with the De'Aaron Fox is a hell of a player, so I would put them at the top of this list of Indiana and Phoenix.
I'd put
So from
Take the
Suns are
12th
12th.
spot. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, Suns have been also good lately. They had won 6 straight games, I think, and then
Yeah,
maybe they lost.
even Jazz won 10 on the trot. So from 26th position they leapfrog to 18
Yeah.
in the power rankings.
So
yeah, they've
Suns,
lost.
Pacers, and Kings probably.
Delvin is still confused what the shit is happening. How come Sacramento has not come yet?
Devin is
Yeah,
confused
I
about
think
why
let's.
Sacramento is playing so good.
Yeah, I'm not confused about why they're playing so good. I don't feel that they've done enough in the sense that I mean
Bro,
I get it. I get the fact that they've been on a winning streak and
bro,
all
guess
that,
what?
but
Guess what? Pacers have a record 27-21. Sacramento has a record 27-16.
yeah.
Ah,
So
sorry,
then
18.
let's
They still have
let's
3 games in their hand.
let's let's put Pacers at 11 and then put Sac top 10. I think that would be better. That would be good.
Right.
I'm still like I said when the Siakam trade happened as well. I'm still not sold on the Pacers. I'm not. I still am
The
not.
defense is still kind
Uh,
of the same.
yeah, and I don't know what can Siakam do to add to it because while we've been talking as well, we've expressed our concerns about whether Siakam's actually a good fit. He's entered age 30, and it all depends on the hunger or whatever the guy, whether he has that hunger or whatever it is. So yeah, I do have my concerns.
Now the things are gonna be pretty heated between us, I guess, because last 9 teams now that we have to discuss, and all teams are almost on the same position, barring two. I guess Clippers will be and should be getting rank one instead of Celtics or Timberwolves. Though Celtics and Timberwolves have won more games, but at this
I'd
point of
actually put
time,
the Bucks at ninth. I'd put the
wow,
Bucks at 9.
wow,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
not Philly
Uh,
but Bucks.
Philly is still that much better because I don't know how seriously injured Embiid is. Uh, but I actually put Bucks at ninth only because of the coaching uncertainty and still with Dame not playing as Dame normally would.
Wow, wow,
That
a
those are my
surprise.
two. Those are my two gripes. I don't know if you're coming to a consensus that I would love to know who y'all want at ninth, but I'd actually put Bucks at ninth and then Philly.
Thing is, we had shitted on Embiid a lot during the start of the season and all that stuff. But he has actually been the
Bro's been
player who has
brilliant. Bro's been
been
brilliant.
most
Bro's been brilliant.
consistent player in the NBA. Though there are
Except he's
some
missed a lot
anti,
of games as well, though.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think he's 4 or 5 games away from missing, being
Yeah.
out of MVP conversation.
Yep.
6,
Yep.
So
six,
I think he's
6.
going to miss a few games because he's injured now. So
No,
Let's
he
see what
played today,
happens.
right? Oh yeah, he was injured again today. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
today only he because I won't
Kuminga
be
fell on
surprised
his
if
knee
it
and
was
stuff.
because
So yeah.
I thought it was going to be Draymond. So yeah, whatever it is.
It was Kaminga,
Draymond's
Okay,
the
disciple.
future, the
Sixers.
future.
Okay,
Yeah.
now
Let's move on.
seventh. You know what? Put the Cavs at seventh. There are better teams in. At this point, the Cavs are the informed team in the league, winning 10
They
out
are.
of
They are.
11. They are 10 out of 11. The only game we lost was against the Bucks, and then we bit slapped them full strength the
Right,
next game.
right.
And then we beat arguably the top seed in the power rankings, that is the Clippers. So Clippers can suck on a fat one. But
You
there
know,
are question marks. I've seen
yes.
these. Yeah, go.
No. You just complete on the Cavs. I'll come on the next slide.
Yeah, so I've seen conversations. There is the Cavs fear is very vocal on Twitter in the sense that they have question marks. Now, my question mark is the Cavs have proved to be a very good regular season team. We've seen that
Right.
last season. We've seen it the
Right.
season before as well, where they exceeded all expectations and got into the play.
Right.
We chalked that down to inexperience that they couldn't make it to the playoffs. They made it to the playoffs last season. We chalked it down to inexperience, and because our play was too one-dimensional. We've made the personnel changes this year. We've navigated through the rough spot where we have had injuries wreck us, and now again, once again, there is a semblance of a system of basketball. But here's my point
Yeah.
of view. Uh, I still want Evan Mobley to take outside shots. We know how elite Mobley is on defense. We know how elite Mobley is in other assets of his play. You put a 3-point jump shot on this guy, I will write and give you. Even if I was not a Cavs fan at this point, he'll be a perennial all-star, and he'll also start getting MVP votes only if he gets an outside shot. Because
Right.
Jarrett Allen cannot shoot threes. He's just shredded. He's your traditional center. He's
Right.
been thriving all this while. He's had a franchise record 15 straight double doubles, which is a good thing. But there was a survey that had gone around all NBA players, and everyone were unanimous in the fact that if it was Mobley at the 5 and you surround him with all 4 shooters, Cavs would be an even better proposition. I still have certain question marks on Bickerstaff as well. He's improved as a coach season by season, but it all comes down to whether this Cavs team can win a series in the playoffs or no. Because if we once again end up not winning a series in the playoffs, there will be a lot of questions on the coaching front, whether or not Mitchell decides to stay or whether we will have to trade him or whatever it is, because this there are flashes of an elite team here. Let's
Right.
make no mistakes about it. There are flashes of an elite team, and plus now we will have a full strength team with the likes of Garland and Mobley coming out. I think Mobley's all set to get his minutes restriction removed, and
Right.
Garland will come in and then elevate automatically. So,
You know,
a special shout out to Okoro, by the way. I believe he should be all defensive first team. I said
okay.
it.
I don't think
I
he's
said
getting
it.
it. No
I
way. No
He
way he's
deserves
getting
it. Man single-handedly
He
locked Kawhi, Harden, and George by himself. All 3 of them in one game.
I think he'll be the second team or third team because there are other guards they might consider, like Caruso or
He's not a
something.
guard though. Uh, Okoro's 3. Okoro's a 3. He's not a guard.
So he'll come in the forwards, right? Then you'll have Kawhi and all that
Yeah,
also in that position.
By the way, Aniket,
in
I
all
was just
defense.
uh, Aniket, I
Yeah,
was checking Torren Prince's salary at 7.4 million. To be honest,
that's over 2 years.
1 year.
2 years. This year's
I just
3.5.
checked. I just
That's
checked
over
it
two
right
years. He's not earning 7 million. I'm guaranteeing that. No way.
And
He's
he
not a
gets just
7 million
shocked.
player.
This how's Blood earning so much money?
Bro,
He's four and a
I
half.
am
I
on.
think 4.5 is his
I
salary this year.
I'm working on the ESPN trade machine, and they're showing me his salary 7 million, and I'm
No,
also
no, no.
shocked
Definitely
for
not.
one season.
Definitely not.
Okay,
He's got
anyway,
like
just
the
I just want to add one more thing that Delvin was saying about the Cavs. Delvin, sometimes what's happened is a team is very good with the gelling and all that stuff that happens. They are good with each other, but they reach a certain ceiling, and you need a player who has have got that playoff experience or the winning mentality to take them to the next level. Now, what these guys have to do is they might have to cut down on 1 or 2 stars, not stars, I mean probable future stars, to get in a championship winner. And then I guess Cavs will be that one of the teams, finally win a ring again. So I just feel it that way. I might be wrong. But like you said, we are expecting a lot from Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Max
Because
Strus.
they've shown that they can do it.
Yeah.
They've shown that they can do it.
Delvin, that was the same thing that was happening with Lakers or any other team. They're showing it. But somehow we have reached the ceiling. Even the Lakers have reached the ceiling at this point of time. You guys have also reached the
I'll wait.
ceiling that.
I'll wait until this season to
Yeah,
fully
exactly,
confirm whether
exactly,
we've reached the
exactly,
ceiling.
exactly.
Because as long as Mobley gets an outside shot, see
Right,
the Cavs'
right,
fortunes, one way or another, are linked with Evan Mobley getting an outside shot. If Mobley develops that, this team's ceiling automatically increases. That's
right,
how that's how special the guy is. The moment Mobley starts taking more threes, starts
Right.
putting in more threes and starts developing that outside shot, good lord, he's going to be unstoppable. And then automatically you see other guys who are taking threes like Max Strus is nailing them with ease. Sam Merrill's on fire. Craig Porter Jr. has been a breath of fresh air. Even Okoro's taking more threes than he normally does. And then you obviously have the likes of Mitchell and Garland who take threes themselves and who are good 3 point shooters. You have shooters with you.
Guys,
The
let's
fact
move on
that
from the Cavs. We
yeah, yeah,
already
yeah, yeah,
spoke about
yeah,
it.
we're taking a lot of
Let's
time.
move
Yeah,
on.
obviously,
Clippers.
Knicks six,
Clippers at
Knicks,
six. See,
Knicks.
I just want to
Yeah,
say one
Knicks.
thing.
Clippers are one,
Okay.
man. Knicks at
Clippers
No,
6.
have won
I
at
would,
this point.
I would not give them one. I'll tell the reason why. Because I'll give them the fifth position. Just hold on for a second. I mean, just hear me out
Wow.
if you agree with me or not. You know, they have gotten all the stars that actually a team needs to win the NBA. You know, but they, even though they are winning a lot, but they don't seem like they have reached the full potential yet. You know, still there is a lot of stuff that they need to do together. They need to, look as a team that is very dangerous, but it is not because
But
they
don't
tend
you
to.
think that is the exact same reason why they should be one also?
No, no, because the number one team is either of Celtics or Timberwolves because they have been consistent throughout the season.
Timberwolves.
True. Yeah, why not? They are finding ways to win. A team which keeps on finding the way even after playing bad and have been consistent.
Yeah.
Don't they
They
deserve
lost
to
to
be
the
number one?
they,
It's
they lost
fine.
to the Spurs and Hornets in their last 4 games.
It is
This is
fine, Delvin.
despite Carl Anthony Towns dropping 62 the other night.
Weren't
That was the
the
Hornets.
weren't them the first team that they defeated the Nuggets? I mean, Nuggets got the first loss at the Timberwolves. Wasn't
Yeah,
that the team?
but then you
So
don't
are you gonna
expect to
say
lose
are
games.
you gonna
You
say
don't.
Nuggets are gonna be like shit or something like that? Because we weren't expecting Timberwolves to be this good. Everybody knows that, but somehow they have leaped. I mean, I'm putting in my thought. I might be wrong. You guys might agree that Clippers deserve to be number one spot, but I feel it has to be someone from Celtics or Timberwolves.
No, I'm gonna go with the Clippers because I think the power rankings which we do is over the past few weeks. So, which
But
has been the hottest team?
as we started the session, we said we are doing it till today. We are doing the power
Yeah,
rankings in
but
the
we
start of
should
the
also
season.
consider the recency bias also, right? In terms of how well each team has played recently.
Okay.
So
Okay
after
then.
Harden
I don't
has
have.
come in after that first 6 7 games, I think Clippers have been the kind of the hottest team in the NBA. So
Okay.
Kawhi's
No,
being
no
Kawhi
issues.
once
in my
again.
in my
Kawhi's being
opinion,
Kawhi once
it's
again.
yeah, it's between the Clippers and Celtics because Celtics also have been consistent throughout the
Exactly.
season.
Exactly.
They
Okay.
have they have the best home record at 22-2. I think they only lost
Okay.
twice at home, and that too in the last 5 or 6 games. So
Okay.
so those two are kind of the one and two for me, and then I think you we can always debate on whether Minnesota should be up there as well, or OKC or Denver. I mean, all five teams have been very good this season, to be frank. So
Right.
yeah,
I put OKC at 5 though. OKC at 5 is perfect. Like
Bucks.
they
Don't you think Bucks should go to the fifth rank because they have
Bucks are ninth,
underperformed?
no?
yeah, we
Bucks are
put them
ninth,
Sorry,
no?
below.
Bucks डाल दिए अपन ने.
Yeah, Bucks
Oh
are
right.
ninth.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. OKC.
The five teams that are left are OKC, Nuggets,
Yeah.
Clippers, Celtics, and Timberwolves. These are the
Right.
five that are left.
Right.
Yeah. So
I
OKC
think these
five.
five are deserving of any of these spots that we put them
Yeah,
in because
Denver has to be fourth. Denver has to be fourth
yeah.
because they have
Denver's fourth.
right.
Denver's fourth. T Wolves third.
Yeah.
T Wolves
The
third.
top three, anything can happen between those three
Yeah.
teams. Everybody knows that. They are really exciting teams and consistent, to be honest, off late. Clippers
yep,
off late, but Celtics and Timberwolves have been consistent throughout the season.
we can agree
So,
to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's give Timberwolves.
Putting our Clipper mockery aside, do you think this is the year they do something?
This is the last chance. They are not getting anything next season because
No,
they
but
have
I
to
mean, because Kawhi is
somehow,
no,
extended, no?
I don't agree with
Kawhi is
that. Kawhi
extended.
is extended though.
right?
And Paul George will also extend. Even Harden will extend, I feel. So I don't think this is the last chance. But I think
Then
this could be one of the
भाई
best chances they'll have.
इन तीनों को ही खिलाएंगे क्या? Westbrook will also say also want. चार हो गए भाई,
No,
Westbrook
Westbrook,
का
what they've
they
all
are
paid
already
minimum, right?
they're already three because इनको और कोई ज्यादा पैसा, इनको यहाँ से ज्यादा पैसा तीनों को कहीं ज्यादा मिलेगा नहीं, with the
हाँ,
exception of maybe Kawhi who will get paid anywhere he plays. But
right.
I don't see Paul George or even James Harden getting this kind of money
yeah.
anywhere else. The only person who's stupid enough to give them extensions is Steve Ballmer. That's it.
The
You won't see someone like a Mark Cuban do it, or even the modern day Dan Gilbert, who's a Cavs owner,
yeah.
do it. No, no,
The real
I
question
don't
is,
see.
will the Clippers replace those selfies which they have up on their rafters with a championship soon?
With yeah, or even a Western Conference banner.
Yeah, correct. So yeah,
That because that is the biggest thing. Like we all know that if these guys are fit, they're obviously one of the best teams in the league, and we've
yeah.
been saying this ever since they've acquired them in the trade, and they've not been fit. They've not been fit for any season. So they have the quality. Do they really? Are they really worth the salt? Is the question.
Yeah. A Clippers Celtics final might be the end of the NBA for me, as it was. So I'll probably stop watching NBA. I
We
think
never,
Harry might do the same.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It has
so
been a
that's a
really
loss. That's a
exhausting.
loss situation for both of y'all, bro.
Both
It,
should
it,
lose.
perfect. Perfect one. Anyone but Clippers and Celtics. Anyone but Clippers and Celtics for the
Yeah.
NBA champion.
That is like the Laker fans' worst nightmare come true right before their eyes. And imagine they've still not moved to Inglewood, right? They still play at Crypto. Is it
Next
right?
season
They still
they'll
play
move
at
to the
Crypto.
new
Next season.
stadium.
Next season.
Imagine the first banner they have in Inglewood is the banner of NBA champions. My God,
Statement, bro. Money buys
Aniket's
happiness. Money buys.
Aniket's face literally is like he smelled spoiled milk.
Smiling through the
Aniket's
pain.
face.
Just smile away.
अनिकेत इज लाइक भाई है मैं कहाँ आ गया, इससे अच्छा कोई दूसरा मल्टीवर्स में होता ज्यादा अच्छा लगता।
भाई ये क्या हो रहा है? भाई ये कहाँ फंस गया मैं?
The Clippers Celtics final will be the meme. Like, what is the polar bear doing in Arlington?
What the polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
भाई डिलन ब्रुक्स को खिला दो हमारी टीम में यार, लेकर्स में
I
डिलन
would
But
trade
ब्रुक्स।
for Dylan
Harry,
Brooks, bro. I would give up
Harry,
like Austin Reeves for Dylan Brooks.
Harry and Aniket right now is like, if this is a game, then where is the quit button, bro?
Exactly, bro.
Forfeit game, Mikel Arteta style.
Yeah, I mean, like we have covered all the topics that we wanted to cover, but just to add one more thing to the Lakers point, these guys have the capability. After winning the in-season championship, they somehow faltered in the first
Let
few
their
games.
guard down.
They were shocked, actually. They were shocked that how could they lose to certain games and certain teams, and that's why that a person or a sportsman gets demoralized, and it has taken over them mentally. And we can see that there is only one guy who's trying it all, and it's LeBron, because we can see that 39-year-old is running back from the half court line to the defensive board to protect a basket, but none of the other players are running back. That shows that how elite mentality that guy has and the other stars don't have. And that is the difference why LeBron is the GOAT and others aren't. And that's why, still at the age of 39, he's doing things that a player does for only 2 or 3 years in his career. When he reaches his peak, that's around 27 or 30 years of age, but he's doing the same shit at the age of 39. I don't know how long we're gonna see LeBron in the purple and gold, but I just wish that before he leaves this team, he deserves one more ring with the purple and gold, or else his legacy won't be might be tarnished by some of the LeBron haters that he didn't do anything at the Los Angeles team, even though he had a good roster every year, barring the first one. So I just wanted to add that these guys needs to push themselves up. We are with them. We are behind them. The fans are behind them. They have to believe in themselves. This is the same Austin Reeves who would go inside. I mean, go inside the paint area, have a layup, would be fearless. But somehow we can see he's fear. I mean, he is a little bit worried about not shooting properly. He doesn't shoot beyond the arc, bro. Last season he was shooting very well. He has stopped doing it this season. He
I mean,
takes it.
he's not been, his percentages have definitely come down. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and he doesn't want to see, in this era of social media, everybody actually goes through what shit fans write on Twitter and all those stuff, and it really affects players. We have seen with footballers, and now we can see with basketball players, because that emotional moment of D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura was actually the point when I realized, oh man, these guys have actually been active and read a lot of shit about themselves on X, because nobody actually wants Rui to go. D'Angelo is fine because everybody knows he's inconsistent, but it has started affecting every player. There are talks about Austin being shit from the 3-pointer and all that stuff. So that's all I wanted to add, because this was from my heart and I wanted to give it a good end. And I guess we took it too long, right?
That
I
was
think
fun.
it's
I
fun
think
enough. I think we've covered 1 hour 5 minutes is enough. We've done
Right.
just about the perfect time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Chalo then, guys, I guess you all enjoyed, this session. Firstly, the LeBron thing that we discussed, the mess at Lakers, and, the power rankings. You can also write in the comment section what you feel about the power rankings from teams 1 to 30th. Your positions and your views are also welcome. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the channel. And also follow us on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page with the same name, Sports with Sadaji and Friends. So do like it. You will also get updates on that. And that's it from my side. Delvin and Aniket, do you guys want to say something before leaving?
No, man. I just hope that all this talk about Celtics versus Clippers, and eventually it's Cavs versus Denver in the NBA Finals, and when
I, I don't mind.
Cavs win it 4-2.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I don't
I'm
And,
mind.
just
and
waiting for what LeBron's Twitter post means. So yeah.
my, and then we'll have
I can't see it.
Mark
What is it?
Gasol has retired from basketball. All right.
Okay. Congrats to
Cheers.
Mark Gasol.
He, do you think he makes Hall of Fame? I don't think so. Oh, I
No.
think he might.
He was a good.
First
He
time.
was a good role player. He was a good role player.
Role
He was a
player.
good.
Dude, he and Mike Conley were literally the embodiment of the grit and grind Grizzlies.
grind,
You can't call him a role player there. In Toronto, yes, where he won the ring, yes, there definitely. But his time with the Grizzlies, no way he was a role player. No way.
But they didn't win, so I mean maybe
Yeah.
not.
Exactly.
I mean, not every team wins.
Yep.
But Russell Westbrook will end up his career not winning a single ring. Somehow he'll still find himself in the Hall of Fame. So
He will. Okay.
Chalo. Bye bye, guys.
yeah.
See you.
Bye guys. See you. Take care.